Hello Lancers, today we are back again with pattern printing. Today we will be programming 5 of very basic programs in pattern printing, and also we will understand the very basics of pattern printing. So now let's move to the video. So here we are again with this pattern. We have to print this pattern in VS Code using C language. So first of all, let's observe what this pattern is all about. This pattern has 5 into 5 rows and column. 5 into 5. This is one fact. Now, if I start indexing it like this, 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, and 1 5, you can see this goes to here 2 1 and then till 2 5, and it will end till 5 and 5. After indexing each stars, I can see that for each value of I1, there is 5 value of j. So here, let's say here I have I, here I have j, and then when our I is 1, j will be goes from 1 to 5. When I will be 2, j will go from 1 to 5, and this will run until when I is equals to 5, then j will become 1 to 5, and when I will become 6, this loop will terminate because the condition is false. So let's program this in our VS Code. So here we are in VS Code. We are printing the pattern 1, our first problem. Pattern 1 is a 5 into 5 matrix of stars. So let's print this one. How will we do that? First of all, we already know that to print a pattern, we need two variables I and j. Let us declare that I and j. After that, we also know that we need a nested for loop of I and j. Let's write that one. I less than equals to, I'm not giving the conditions for now. Okay, let's here again condition for j loop. J is equals to j less than equals to j plus plus. So you see we have a nested for loop now. So now what we have to do? First of all, let's see this diagram. You will see that here I value is iterating from 1 to 5, and it is increasing from 1 to 5. So I have written I is equals to 1, I less than 5, I less than equals to 5, and I plus plus. So our value of I will be changing from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And after that it will change to 6, where the condition will become false, and thus making this for loop end. And in the j value also, we have to iterate it from 1 to 5. So here we are doing the same, and inside the j loop we have to print this star. Okay, I have printed it. After printing j in the first line, you see in the here j is printed print this first line, and after that it needs a new line to print the next line. So for that, for each end of j loop, that is after ending of j loop, every time there will be a line changed. So for that we will use \n here, and see, let's run this program. You will see we have printed a pattern. Here we have printed a pattern perfectly fine. This is our first problem of today's. Now move to the second problem. So here now we have this pattern as our second example. So let's say what we observe. This is again a 5 into 5 matrix, that is 5 rows and 5 columns, and you can after indexing you can see that when I is 1, it is printing 1 till 5 times. That is, let's say index here 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4 and 1 5. It doesn't matter what's the value of j, only thing that matters here is the what is value of I, and I is printed here, so that the value in the first column you see all are ones, in the second you can see all are 2 when I is equals to 2, when I is 3 all are 3, I is equals to 4 all are 4, and j is equals to 4, when I is equals to 5 all are 5. So basically our concept is something like this. Let's say here is I, here is j, and let's say one more here. This will be printing what we have to print. Then I will, when I is 1, j is goes from 1 to 5, but print what we have to print, we have to print one I after every j operation. Let's see this, how we have to achieve this in VS Code. So here we are back again to VS Code. Now we have to program our second problem. So what is our second problem? We have already discussed about the second problem in the theory part. So now the second problem is something like this. It is saying 1 1 1 2 2 2 2 2 4 3 3 3 3 3 4 4 4 4 and 5 5 5 5. Each line is printed, each number is printed 5 times. So for that also we need, first of all we need two variables int I and j. These are the variables that will help us in nested for loop. So for that we will make two for loops. Also we will loop the for loops from 1 to 5. That is I is equals to 1, I less than equals to 5, I plus plus. After that for j is equals to 1, j less than equals to 5, j plus plus. This is our for loop. This is a nested for loop, a loop inside a loop. And now what we have to do inside this for loop? So in this pattern you see we are printing the I value. So we just have to print the I value there. So now printf %d, and here we will give the value I here. After each execution of j loop we have to change line. So let's see, I am here changing a line using \n. Now let's run this program. You see we have got the output exactly same as this pattern, that is 1 1 1 1 2 2 2 2, and this is what this pattern is all about. Now let's move to the next problem. So here we have this third question. This is our third problem, third pattern. So you can see again this is a 5 into 5 matrix. Also you can observe that when I is a 1 we are printing 1 to 5. When I is 5 then also we are printing 1 to 5. So it doesn't matter what's the value of I here, the thing that matters is the value of j. You can see here when I, j and print. So when I is 1, j is 1 to 5, and after each iteration of j it has to print j. Let's see in the VS Code how we will do this. So here this is our next problem. Next problem is very similar to our last problem, where in this we just have to print the j value in place of I value. So first of all let's copy that to make our thing faster. We'll just paste it here. Okay, and just we will change the value of I here to j. And what is happening here, the I value is iterating 1 to 5, and for each value of I, j is iterating 1 to 5. And you see after executing of each j value it is also printing the j value. So this is what is happening in this program. Now let's run this. You see the output is perfectly fine now. Now let's move to the next problem. So here we have the another problem here. This problem is a character type problem. Why character type? Because in this problem the I and j value will be of a character type, and it will start from a and it will end till e. So you see here it will start, let's start I is equals to a. We will start at I is equals to a. Let's say here I, here j. When I is a, it is printing in the a, it is print j will be goes from a to e, and it will print each time a. After each iteration of j, a will be printed here. Again the same thing is happening when I is b. After each iteration j will be a to e, and after each iteration of j, b will be printed. So this is all about this program. Now let's see in this VS Code. Okay, this is something new because this time we have to take I and j as character type. So let's take care I comma j. We have taken two variable I and j as character type, and then we will just use for loop, and I is equals to 1, not 1, sorry for that. This time we have to start it with a. It will be again, it will be executing or iterating until it becomes e, and I is, will be increasing after each execution. In our next for loop, for again same goes for j. J will start from a, sorry, yes, it will run until it becomes e, and also j will increase after each execution. So now what we have to print? You can see in the program we are printing I, that is a. So we just have to print f ampersand c, not d. Why? Because this is a character type which we are printing. In the previous examples we are printing the integer type, that's why we are using the ampersand d. So now c and the I value here. Now let's run this program. Okay, this is giving an error here. Let's just move this one. Now let's just analyze what is the wrong in this program due to which we have got that error. So we have got that error because we, in place of j, we have written here I. So here we will write j, and then when, and after running this one again, see here we are getting the output. You see this one is wrong again. Why? Because the every single line is printed in a single line. So for that, after every execution of j, we have to print \n. So this is what we have to do to change line. So now our program is perfectly fine. So now let's run and move to the next problem now. Here, this is our fifth program. We are printing the fifth pattern here. You can see again this is a 5 into 5 matrix, and also by looking at that we here it is a b c d e, so you can say that I and j will be of a character type. So now how we will produce this pattern? Let's see. Here we have the same concept. Here when I is a, you see j is printed after each iteration, that is a to e. When I is b, again j is iterated and j is printed also to print this figure. This will continue. So here I j, when I is a, j will be a to e, and after each iteration of j it will be printed. So this is all about the fifth pattern. Let's program this one in VS Code. Our fifth problem is very similar to the last problem. We just have to print j in place of I. That is, we have to print in each line, we have to print j, that is from A to E, not constant A. For that, we will just copy our last program to make our programming session shorter and crisper. After that, we will just change this value to j. So you see, and after executing this program, we will get the output perfectly fine. So basically, this was all about patterns. This is a basic of patterns. We will solve many pattern problems. Some will be very tricky ones also. So be updated with these videos. Also, the pattern problems are very frequently asked in interviews. So these are very important when we consider C language. So now with this, we will wrap this video. Thank you for watching.